the story of Volodya and Sofia. Volodya never imagined his life would change in a small coffee shop near Central Park. One rainy morning, as he waited in line, milk foam spilled across his jacket. He turned to see a young woman, Sofia, flushed and apologetic. "I'm so sorry," she said. He smiled, saying, "Don't worry, now it smells like coffee, my favorite perfume." That simple moment sparked a conversation that would shape their entire lives. They began spending time together, walking through Central Park, talking about dreams and fears, and slowly discovering the small magical details of each other's personalities. Their first kiss came weeks later during a summer jazz concert, under the soft glow of the city lights. It wasn't dramatic or planned, but it felt perfect, as if the city itself had paused to witness it. Life was not always easy. Volodya worked long hours in construction, starting as a laborer and eventually becoming a manager, while Sofia worked in a cafe and pursued her art in every spare moment. Their tiny Queens apartment had thin walls, noisy neighbors, and little space for privacy, yet they always found reasons to laugh, share dreams, and support each other. Even small arguments, often over money or household chores, became lessons in patience, compromise, and the art of forgiveness. Their love grew like a building they carefully constructed, brick by brick, moment by moment. Weekends were filled with walks across the Brooklyn Bridge, exploring hidden bookstores, diners with the best pancakes, and quiet parks where they could talk without distractions. Volodya loved showing Sofia corners of the city she hadn't noticed, while Sofia sketched street scenes that captured the city's heartbeat. One spring, they decided to take a spontaneous weekend trip to the Catskills. Volodya rented a small cabin with a creaky porch, a smoky fireplace, and a view of the mountains. They hiked, cooked over a tiny stove, and sat by the river, holding hands in silence. At night, under a sky full of stars, Volodya whispered, "I think I could spend forever with you." Sofia smiled and kissed him softly, feeling that time itself had paused for them. As the years went by, life brought both joy and challenges. Volodya became a respected construction manager, known for his integrity and patience. Sofia's illustrations began appearing in children's books and gallery shows, gaining recognition for her delicate style and attention to emotion. Even with success, they remained grounded, finding happiness in ordinary routines. Sunday morning coffee in bed, rainy afternoons drawing together, walks through autumn streets with leaves crunching beneath their feet. Their love deepened with every shared experience, from small victories to quiet evenings together. Eventually, they became parents. Their daughter, Emily, brought immense joy and new challenges. They taught her the same lessons they had learned themselves: patience, resilience, and the beauty of ordinary moments. Volodya would hum softly while cradling her in his arms, and Sofia sketched little portraits of Emily's tiny hands and feet, preserving those fleeting days forever. As Emily grew, she watched her parents with admiration. She saw how Volodya's steady patience and Sofia's gentle creativity balanced one another. She witnessed arguments that faded into laughter, minor disagreements resolved with compromise, and grand gestures softened by everyday acts of care. Their relationship became a living example for her, a blueprint for love built on trust, humor, and resilience. School years brought milestones and challenges. Volodya and Sofia cheered at every recital, art show, and school performance. Emily often sat on her father's lap, listening to stories of his childhood in Eastern Europe and how he had met Sofia on that fateful day in the coffee shop. These stories fascinated her, giving her a sense of roots and belonging, and teaching her that life was a tapestry of choices, small actions, and enduring love. In her teenage years, Emily faced her own struggles: friendship conflicts, academic pressures, and the turbulence of adolescence. Volodya and Sofia guided her gently, listening patiently and giving advice only when necessary. They reminded her of the importance of choosing kindness, remaining patient, and never underestimating the power of small acts of love. As a young adult, Emily moved to San Francisco for work. There she met Daniel, a photographer. Their first encounter was almost comical. A clumsy collision in a cafe left Daniel apologizing profusely as he spilled his coffee, echoing the very incident that had brought Volodya and Sofia together years earlier. Emily laughed, thinking, maybe some things are destined to repeat themselves. Their bond deepened over shared adventures, creative projects, and quiet evenings filled with conversation. Emily and Daniel married, and soon they had two children, Lily and Mark. Volodya and Sofia adored spending time with their grandchildren, sharing stories of New York, the coffee shop, and their early adventures together. They taught Lily and Mark to appreciate small joys, the beauty of creation, and the value of patience and humor. Family gatherings became a tapestry of stories, laughter, and love, with Volodya often recounting how he first met Sofia, and Sofia drawing little illustrations of the children's antics to preserve these moments. Lily grew up surrounded by these stories and inherited her grandmother Sofia's artistic talent and her grandfather Volodya's curiosity about the world. As a young adult, she moved to Chicago to pursue a career in interior design, transforming spaces with care and creativity, always remembering the lessons of patience and attention to detail. Mark followed a path in engineering, moving to San Francisco to build bridges and solve complex problems with the dedication he inherited from Volodya. Both siblings carried the values of their grandparents: integrity, kindness, and the ability to find joy in small, ordinary moments. Despite the physical distance, the siblings remained close to Volodya and Sofia, visiting New Jersey every summer. Lily helped her grandmother in the kitchen, learning old family recipes and adding her own creative touches, while Mark joined Volodya in small projects around the house, fixing fences, planting flowers, or restoring old furniture. These weekends were filled with laughter, storytelling, and shared memories. Lily met her future husband during a design project. Their connection was instant, a shared passion for creativity and an easy sense of humor. They married in a small ceremony, with Volodya proudly walking her down the aisle and Sofia beaming with joy. Mark also found love with a colleague, and their wedding mirrored the warmth and simplicity that had characterized the family for generations. Lily and her husband welcomed a daughter, Eva, while Mark and his wife had a son, James. Volodya and Sofia, now elderly but full of life, delighted in their grandchildren. They shared stories of their youth, the first meeting in the coffee shop, the walks in Central Park, and the quiet moments that had defined their love. The children grew up listening to these tales, learning that love is built through shared experiences, patience, laughter, and care. Eva inherited her grandmother Sofia's artistic talent and her grandfather Volodya's curiosity about the world. She spent hours drawing, painting, and exploring nature during summers in New Jersey. James, Mark's son, was mechanically inclined like Volodya, always tinkering with gadgets, building small inventions, and learning about how things worked. Despite their differences, the cousins were inseparable, sharing adventures that ranged from climbing trees in the garden to setting up elaborate fortresses in the living room. School life brought milestones and challenges. Eva excelled in art and literature, while James thrived in science and engineering competitions. Volodya and Sofia supported them in every way, attending school exhibitions, science fairs, and recitals, offering guidance and encouragement. They shared the same lessons they had passed to Emily and her siblings: patience, creativity, and the value of persistence. As teenagers, Eva and James navigated the complexities of friendships, first crushes, and school responsibilities. Volodya and Sofia often offered gentle advice, sharing stories of their own youth, how they had met, fallen in love, and faced challenges together. These stories inspired the children, showing them that love and commitment are built over time, through everyday choices, kindness, and understanding. High school brought exciting new opportunities. Eva began participating in art exhibitions beyond New Jersey, and her works gained recognition in local galleries. James joined robotics clubs and engineering workshops, winning awards and making lifelong friends. Summers remained the heart of family life, with visits to the grandparents' home filled with creativity, laughter, and shared meals. Volodya taught James practical skills in woodworking and repair, while Sofia guided Eva through painting techniques and storytelling. Their first experiences of love were tender and cautious. Eva had her first serious crush on a classmate who shared her passion for drawing, while James developed a shy fondness for a girl who loved science as much as he did. Volodya and Sofia watched with quiet amusement and pride, offering wisdom only when asked, letting the young hearts learn and grow. As young adults, Eva pursued a career in graphic design, traveling to New York and Boston for projects and exhibitions. James studied mechanical engineering, eventually moving to San Francisco for work, mirroring the paths of Lily and Mark. Despite the distances, family bonds remained strong. Video calls, holiday visits, and shared creative projects kept the family connected across states.